Hello everyone, this is some more DC Rebirth comic book throwdown, which I review multiple comics at once because I don't feel like there's enough material to do a video. I'd rather make them all in one video than make a bunch of different videos. So let's begin. I'm going to start probably with my least favorite, even though I enjoyed all of these. Let's say Green Arrow one-shot. It wasn't bad, but I didn't like the political undertones that were in here. And I didn't like when I read a comic book, I get sucked out of it when they bring up politics, especially real-life politics. Like, a line that really made me cringe is when Green Arrow said, "I'm a social justice warrior." It's like, DC, get your political garbage out of my comics. I don't want to fucking read it when I'm reading these. A solid way to start, but I didn't like the political undertones. Of course, I'm going to talk about issue 1 and 2. I'm going to talk about issue 3, but I'm going to talk about some things, minor gripes I have with it. Issue 1. I'm actually enjoying this storyline that's going on in Green Arrow. I really am. I think the storyline is really good. And the artwork is really good for these 3 comics. I do really enjoy the art. I never read Green Arrow before, and I'm actually looking forward to reading more. These comics, they're solid. Though you have to read the one shot if you want to understand what's really going on. Now, issue 3, I'm going to talk about a little separately here. Okay, the artwork for the other topics are good. The artwork in this is good, but I got to show you. It isn't consistent with the rest of the series. You have one issue that's completely drawn by a different artist. I know this happens in comics, but it's just kind of jarring. No matter how good the art looks, which looks great here, by the way, I'd rather have some consistency when it comes to the art. Have it resemble what it is. But it's still good. The issue was awesome. I'm looking forward to reading issue 4. Green Arrow issue 3, a good issue. It really is, but it's a little disorienting having the art be different from its previous issue. Probably one of my favorite comics currently in Rebirth, Action Comics, Superman. I'm really liking this. I never thought I'd see the day where Superman would be one of my favorite comics to read. I mean, this is really good. Honestly. They're still fighting Doomsday, who's a fucking monster. And I cannot wait to see the conclusion of this story arc. And I know this takes place before the main Superman comics. I believe it does. I love this comic. It's really good. In my opinion, this has the best artwork of all the comics in DC Rebirth. And if only a certain director at Warner Brothers actually understood Superman's character. I'm sorry, but I fucking hate Zack Snyder. Fuck that stupid hack. That's a separate video for Batman v Superman Part 3. Now, let's get on to probably one of my favorite... The comic I was looking forward to the most, because I love Dick Grayson, and I've always wanted to read a solo series of him. Even though there's plenty of Nightwing comics, I don't know where to start. I don't know which ones are good. And I love the cover art for this. I really do. This one shot was really good. It explains all the stuff that happened up until this point. And I'm looking forward to reading issue 1 and 2 of this, because this is really good. I'm looking forward to it. Now, Wonder Woman, I have to talk about. It's a little strange. It's probably my favorite comic that's currently going on. Unfortunately, I missed out on issue 3, so I'll have to wait for a reprint. The thing that's kind of confusing, I'll explain this here. Okay, this and this connect with each other. I really like the one shot. Actually, it explains certain things, and actually, it even explains what it's basically Wonder Woman's memories. You know, she doesn't know which ones are real, which ones are not, and it is an interesting way to get around the retcons that DC tend to do with these characters. So I thought it was a clever way of doing that. Very solid. The art's good. Good. Probably one of my favorite of the one shots. Wonder Woman issue 1. Okay, I gotta talk about this because issue 2 and issue 1 have nothing to do with each other. Really. This continues off this, and Wonder Woman's trying to find out the truth about her past, what's real, what isn't. And at the end of the issue, it reveals that issue 2 is her origin story, and issue 3 is continuation of this. So every other issue, it follows this story arc. So you have 2 story arcs that are going on in Wonder Woman right now, which can be a little confusing if you're new to comic books. Wonder Woman issue 2. This is basically the origin story of Diana on who she was before she was Wonder Woman. This is basically year 1. I know it's probably another origin story that's probably retconning the one in the New 52, but considering someone who has never read the New 52, I'm looking forward to this, to reading more in both. So if I read issue 4, I'm not going to miss out if I don't read issue 3, even though I want to know what's going on in the other storyline. So, what I rate this? Wonder Woman is my favorite title in Rebirth so far. My least favorite title is Batman. Yeah, surprise, Batman. So, that's my comic book throwdown. I'm sorry. I know I'm not really caught up with most of the comic books, but that's just how it is. Have a good day, everyone, and see you guys next time.